Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host, Pinky. And today we will be having a girl chat video, okay? But before we begin, I would like for everyone to check out my earrings that come from my website, okay? This is a new color that I've just added. I also have them. Let me show you. I also have them in pink. These are handmade earrings by yours truly. And make sure you check out the link down below and check out my website. I have so many other styles. And yeah, so welcome. Hey, Terry. So I decided to go ahead and do kind of like a girl chat video, just talk about a little bit what's been going on. I thought it would be cool to come in and have a conversation with y'all. It's always fun in here having a chat with y'all. Hey, K Dash Dior. Hey, Marie. So yeah, I don't know if y'all have been seeing all of the drama that's been going on with mainly I wanted to come on and talk about like Tamar and her ex-husband. I didn't even know they were married. But I also wanted to talk about a couple of other things. Um, but yeah, you guys, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get started because it's a lot. It's a lot, and I don't want to be online all night long. Hold on, I need to blow my nose real quick. Hold on, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get into Tamar and Colonel Stammer. Okay. Yes, I have been keeping up with. Okay, Kempire. I promise you, I did not know any of this stuff was going on until Kempire posted his video, and then I kind of went down a rabbit hole. But I promise, I didn't hear nothing about it until I start seeing Kempire post videos, and I'm like, hold on, let me click on a couple of these and see what's happening. Because normally, I'm not gonna lie, Tamar, she can be very exhausting. And then I don't know if y'all know, but the Braxton show has come back, and there's just like so much drama surrounding it. I don't even really want to get into it because I personally feel like that should not be for us to see. I feel like they should not have done this season. I feel like they should not be discussing all of the sensitive topics and all the, shaky nature of their in different relationships. I just feel like all of that. I used to love Braxton Family Values. That used to be one of my favorite shows, and I've been watching since season 1. And Tamar, even though she got on my nerves towards the second half of those seasons, I really enjoyed her on the show for the most part. So I feel like I have a really good grasp on her personality from watching it. But I don't know. She just lately she been crashing out. What the kids say? She been crashing out. Okay. She been crashing out over this man. Hold on, let me put a picture up real quick. She been crashing out over this man that has been a red flag since day one. Now, I talked about her reality show on here, the one that she met him on. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up that picture real quick. I talked about their reality show that they met each other on. And I questioned it. I didn't want to question too bad because I'm like, okay, the man might be, different from what I thought, but I got a feeling just from the way he was just coming on real strong. He was landing on really thick. I don't know if y'all watched Queen's Court, but that man was landing on thick. He was buying her all kinds of gifts. And that's Tamar's love language. Anybody who's watched Braxton Family Values, she likes nice, shiny things. Okay, everybody, I'm telling you, that's what she likes. So he's white. Yes, ma'am. So, but the thing that gave me the biggest red flag about him was that he had all these kids and he had all these baby mamas. And I remember, like, whenever they came out with their relationship, I think after the show ended, one of the baby mamas came out and was talking crazy about him and Tamar. I was like, oh, this is already drama. This is already drama. How many children? I don't know. I think it's at least 3 baby mamas, but I can't tell you how many kids, but at least 3, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, maybe somebody knows and they can put it in the chat. So let's talk about this whole situation that went down with Tamar. Because I don't even know where to start. Like, I can't believe she married him after he slept with your enemy, slept with the ops, and like she put it, ate a booty sandwich. She married him after that. It's always been drama between them. They're always going back and forth through social media. He tries to act like, oh, he's so above it, oh, I'm so mature, but he be throwing subliminals too, and he'll get online and act like he's giving an inspirational message, but it's really shade towards Tamar and their relationship, and people will catch it and repost it. I remember not too long ago, she went on Carlos King's show, and Carlos King was calling him Colonel Sanders. Somebody on here just called him Colonel Scammer, and I like that. But yeah, Carlos King called him Colonel Sanders, and I guess Colonel Sanders got mad about that, and Tamar felt the need to jump online and apologize for that. On top of all that, remember when he messed around with Tommy and she apologized to him for whatever reason? So I just feel like this man, not only is he like using her for clout, but I feel like he likes to make her look crazy. Even though it's not hard to make Tamar look crazy. I'm sorry. It's not. But I do feel like she's not playing these games with herself. I feel like he's a willing participant. I feel like he wants her to be in the news with him because he wants his name out there. He acts like he doesn't, but he does. I see through it, because a man that doesn't want this kind of publicity wouldn't constantly post, wouldn't constantly be in the mess. You can leave the chat. They're always hiding cold up and down. Then told Tommy, he showed it. He also told Tommy all her business. Why did she marry him after that? Like, y'all would have never, even if I got back with that man, y'all would have never known it. We ain't taking that another picture. We're not gonna be seen out and about together. The most you can have from me is sneaky link, if that. Because you embarrass me on another level. Like, I cannot, because David didn't do all that. Exactly. Now, David, with him, he was wrong for her too. She just does not have a good track record with picking men. And now that I think about it, none of the Braxton sisters do. None of them. But David, at the very least, we haven't heard nothing from David since they did that last reality show. And, she had that mental health crisis. I don't want to diminish that. She went through something serious. I believe that. But we have not really heard anything from him since. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So, okay, I remember a couple of weeks ago, I heard about Tamar. She went online, and this is when I was hearing things about her being married to the guy, and she was going off on her family and saying how she couldn't trust her family, or she's always into it with her family, and the only person she wants to be with is her husband, right? I could only assume it was JR at that point. But then I'm trying to figure out what it's so messy. So apparently, I'm going to start from what happened, because I listened to all the videos, and I'm just going to give y'all a condensed version of what happened. So apparently, these people got married, and it didn't last too long. Okay, it didn't last too long before it fizzled out. I believe they said they were only married for 61 days. Okay, it fizzled out. They went their separate ways, and they discussed divorce, right? Then they went, then it was his birthday, and I don't know who invited who to the birthday. I'm assuming he invited her to his birthday vacation. They went to Turks and Caicos. That's when we see her spoil him with lavish gifts. I believe he's wearing one of the gifts in this picture is like a huge blinged out chain, and I believe she got him a Rolex, like really like expensive gifts, right? And then she said the next thing she knew, she was down at the bar on this trip and got an email confirming the divorce. So that's why I said this man play games. That's why I say, That's why I say he's full of it and he's playing games, because he also said that he tried to set firm boundaries with her, that he didn't want to be back with her. They keep talking about how they had a friendship, even though they're technically married. It was very weird and convoluted, and I feel like he plays a lot of mind games, right? You're inviting me on a birthday trip. You know I'm spoiling you with these gifts for a reason. It's not because I just want to be your friend. Clearly she wants to reunite, but you're going to sit up here and accept the gifts, but then send her these divorce papers. But Tamar set herself up for failure, because why are you even going on a trip and giving him gifts knowing that y'all are not together? Like, why do that? Like, I'm sorry, it's giving low self-esteem. And she even said herself on one of these videos that she has to learn how to love herself. And it's true, because why are you allowing this man to play you? Why are you allowing this man to do this to you? It's just, a lot of it feels like she has arrested development, like she is stuck in that teenage mindset, even with posting all this stuff on social media and running to the internet with a lot of this stuff. Like, it's childish, and it's a cautionary tale. I'm not even done, but it's a cautionary tale, because if you don't work on your healing, if you don't actually try to grow, and that takes accountability, that takes, facing the hard truth and doing the uncomfortable, difficult work to become a better person. If you do not, you will still be playing these same games in your 40s and 50s. And I feel bad to a certain extent, but people have been screaming to Tamar that she needs real help and real change. And it's like, you're mad at your family for holding that mirror up to you, but everybody else is pretty much saying the same thing. But anyway, so apparently sometime after this happened, he goes out of town and he gets a hotel at the Four Seasons. He gets a hotel room at the Four Seasons using her card. Man, why does he still have your card? Why does he still have your card? That blew my mind. I'm like, why does he even have your card to use it? And sir, how dare you? The nerve, the audacity. I keep telling y'all, the men these days, the audacity is on clearance. It's not even on sale no more. It's on clearance. Buy 3, get 1 free. What's going on here? How you gonna use her money for a jump off? That's crazy. So apparently, he claims that both of them, that he has a card with the same last 3 numbers as her card. And that's how he ended up using that. Anyway, she confronts him about it. And I guess they, obviously they got into it about him using the card. She didn't understand what was going on. And he goes off on her and says, you need to take your meds at the end of that phone call. And she felt some type of way, because she said that he was the only person that knew that she was on meds, and she felt that he was throwing that in her face. And so out of anger, she went online and blasted him and the woman she assumed that he was getting the room for. because she said when she called up there, they told her the woman's name. So this is what she said. That so she blasted them on her Instagram story and said that she hated him, and you're out here with a 25-year-old tramp, and she put the girl's information out there. And the girl went on her stories and posted that Carly Red meme. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. They're acting like they're gonna sue her for defamation or whatever. I honestly don't know what to believe with that part of it, because he just seems very sketchy and shady. He very well could be lying. He said he wasn't with nobody, but I don't believe him. But I don't know if it was that specific woman, but I don't believe. And he was like, yeah, we only became Instagram friends 3 days ago. So I don't know what part of that to believe. So pretty much when she does that, everything goes viral. And they each make their own videos going back and forth talking about it all. And he lets everybody know that he's been single for 6 months. But what I thought was very interesting about his video is that he never confirmed that they were married. Even though I think now their marriage certificate or divorce decree or whatever is out, that sort of stuff is public record. But he never, I almost thought she was making up the fact that they were married, because he never once addressed the fact that they were married. He just consistently said that he was single, consistently he said that they're friends. And that was kind of weird verbiage to me, that they kept saying, yeah, we're friends, we're on our friendship journey, and y'all are technically married. No, even if y'all were divorced, to say that y'all are friends right now when everything is so raw. And Tamar kept acting like she wasn't upset that he was out with another woman, saying she out in these streets too. I don't believe that either, because you clearly was trying to get this man back. So let's see. Another thing that not weirded me out, but another thing is they referred to each other's children, like their stepchildren. They refer to their children as son and daughter. So clearly, they've grown attached to each other's children, and that does make me it makes me sad for the kids, if nothing else, because now the kids have to be involved in this mess and your breakup and all the drama surrounding this. And people are going to talk to them about it. Their friends are going to say something to them about it. And that's why it's silly to bring all this stuff to the internet, because it doesn't just hurt you, it hurts your family. And it gives everybody room to scrutinize not just you, but everybody associated with you. And that's why I really don't put a lot of my personal life online, because when stuff like this goes down, it gets ugly and it makes things so much worse than they have to be. But I don't know, child. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have for them. Let me see what y'all have to say. I didn't watch Queen's Court, so I feel like I'm missing out on something, not knowing their origin story. Like, why is she so into him? You're not missing much. I think the main thing you could take away from that show is that he was on her hard. He was buying her all types of gifts. She wasn't necessarily into him at first. At least that's the way it was portrayed, or the way she portrayed it, that she wasn't necessarily into him at first, because he was a white man. She had never dated a white man before, and it took him a lot to be able to win her over. And so you would think somebody that put in all that effort and all that time would cherish the relationship once you finally do get her. I'm not saying that Tamar's not a handful, right? But the way that he's handling this situation now, it's giving that he never truly loved her the way that he said that he did. Personally, that's how I feel. Let's see. He was buying her gifts on the show and being super eager to please her with the bare minimum. I thought she was bald. She grew her hair back. You know hair grows back, right? I'm sorry, Roxanne. But she did grow her hair back it's been years. He's in the Cam and Nick Cannon group chat. Don't even get me started on them. And Father Abraham feeling like they can just spread their seed all across America and can't nobody have an opinion about it. And thinking they're a high value man just because you have money when you have low value morals. Kids probably half know them. Then Tommy talk. Okay, I already talked about it. He's taking the high road, then go ahead to get his get. I don't like that fake persona of, oh, I'm above this. I'm not gonna address this. I don't normally do this. Yes, you do. You write in, and I'm sorry. Anybody to get with Tamar, you a little messy. You more messy than a little bit. You may not be in the mess, but you like the mess. Because that's all she attracts. I don't believe someone who didn't want drama and tension would be involved with Tamar because mess fought. Thanks, Marie. You said it. Those are my exact sentiments. I think they're two sides of the same coin. What does Vince think about all this with his kid probably seeing her relationships? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't have the best things to say about Vince. If the things that he's accused of are true, he has no room to judge anybody because the things that allegedly happened in their relationship, I'm gonna let y'all Google that. But the things that allegedly happened in their relationship, he really should not have anything to say. When he caused a lot of trauma himself, allegedly. Tamar needs an intervention. How many interventions can you give her? She done had about 15 on the show alone. It would have been a wrap after eating Tommy's groceries. Thank you. I can't believe how could you even look at that man in the face and say, I do? Knowing where his face has been. But didn't he notice her name on the card? Please, like, CVC numbers don't exist. Thank you, Kate. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. When you have to put in the CVC number, I don't care if the last few digits are the same. Get out of here. Even if they were together, why would he have her account info? If anything, she should have his cards. 25-year-old tramp. That's what she said. She called the lady a tramp. No pun intended. But that's what she said. It should have been a rap after the Bootygate with Tommy Lee. For sure. I totally agree. It was love bombing if I ever seen it. And that's one thing that you really do have to look out for with these men. And just to bring it back, because I heard about something that Nick Cannon said. And he was talking about how pretty much to get the women that he gets, he love bombs them. And he didn't use the word love bombing, but he pretty much described love bombing, how he would, go out of his way, put him on a jet, do all these nice things. He would present himself as the perfect man. Mind you, he is saying this fully conscious of what he's doing. And almost proud of it. No, very proud of it. He said it with his chest that he does this with these women. And, then once they have a disagreement or they do something he doesn't like, he'll ghost them. And that is the definition of a narcissist. literally the definition of a narcissist. That's what narcissists do. They love bomb you, and they will take their affection away and stonewall you as soon as they don't get their way. That muskrat on his head. Oh, you're talking about JR. I thought you were talking about Nick Cannon. I'm like, nah, with that turban on his head. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm telling you, those conversations, I don't know how that therapist or psychologist, I don't know what her title is. I don't know how she had a conversation with him or Cam Newton with a straight face, because I could not. And they barely wanted to let her get a word in because they knew exactly what she was saying was correct. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move on to, I also wanted to talk about this situation with Judge Mathis real quick. Okay, there it is. So I wanted to talk about this for a second. And I don't know if y'all have heard, but apparently Judge Mathis and his wife are headed for divorce. She filed against him. And then I recently saw this video of them stopping Judge Mathis and asking him, what happened and, why his wife is filing for divorce against him. And he pretty much said that, he neglected his marriage. He constantly travels. He said that he put his friends and he put his work and, just all of these other things he put before his wife. And he's constantly away from home and all of that. And so then they asked him, well, what was there any cheating involved? And he said, well, neglect can create suspicion. Certainly, if you're as gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You have every right to suspect whether or not someone is cheating. And he was like, he's constantly gone and he's going to events and having fun without his wife and stuff like that. He was very careful about how he worded that. He was very, very careful with how he worded that. He put that lawyer hat on with that. Yes, he talked all the way around that answer. Because at first I was like, y'all leave this man alone. And he's especially was trying to, I'm gonna win my wife back. We're still in the house together. We're still on good terms, but she just got tired of me leaving. She just got tired of me. I was neglecting the relationship. I wasn't listening to her when she was telling me these things. But until he got to this question and he started talking all the way around it, I'm like, Now, Judge, would you accept that answer in your court of law? Would you? Because you didn't answer it directly. You didn't straight up say no. Now, he could have been like, no, I didn't cheat, but I could see where she could think that. But no, he didn't say it. He didn't straight up deny it. So I was like, Now, mind you, I feel like anybody in entertainment, any actor, famous actor, any athlete, like anybody that has a huge fan base, even like YouTubers and stuff like that, and you're always gone and you're always filming. I'm not saying just assume they're gonna cheat, but I wouldn't be surprised. I no, ain't no, just like when athletes cheat on their wives, don't nobody be shocked. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if you've been married that long and he's been on TV for as long as he has been, I'm sure maybe he had a slip up or two. So I don't even think that's the reason why she would divorce him. I think she really is tired of him constantly being gone. She told him, if you leave this time, I'm done. I've had 40 years, so I'm tired of it. If you do it one more time, I'm leaving. And she called his bluff and went ahead and filed. Part of me feel like they're not even gonna get divorced. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he didn't got enough to get a little act right in him, and he gonna do just enough to get her back. But I don't know. I don't even truly see them getting divorced. And then he was at the airport. Like you're saying all this at the airport. I hope you on your way home. I hope you're on your way home as we speak, Judge Mathis, because your wife didn't file for divorce from you leaving all day long. Okay. Terry said, "Isn't that a yes or no question?" And he surely tap dance all around that one. Judge Mathis for the streets. I was about to say he answered like an attorney. Sounds like the semantics Olympics. He said that he's going to try to win his wife back. So he's definitely, yeah, what you got to win her back from? My friend met Judge Mathis at an airport. He assaulted her by pouring a beverage on her. She said he was upset because they took a pic. Her makeup rubbed off on his shirt. So I knew he was what? I hope that's not real. Wait, I missed it. What did he say? Pretty much the paparazzi asked him if he had cheated on his wife and that's why she's getting a divorce. And he basically said, well, I could see how she could possibly think that I could see why she could be suspicious because I'm always gone and I'm always traveling and all that. I think she wanted to get her groove back. She raised the kids, did the do. She's ready for something new. I could also see that. I mean, especially if you're leaving me at the house all the time, like I could see her wanting to be done with it. And you never know. She might get a nice little check out of leaving him too. You just never know. He basically said, I cheat, but she ain't filed for that reason. Yes. That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it. I got, well, she ain't left me before. That can't possibly be the reason. Okay. So now the last thing I had planned to talk about. Their baby is so cute, by the way. Their baby is so adorable. Keke Palmer. Because we talked about, I remember when that whole Usher thing went down, and I did a live about it. And we talked about how we felt like he overreacted and he was doing too much, right? And that's before all of this other stuff came out. And we were all in agreement. We thought he was doing too much then. But then when all of this other stuff came out, that he was putting his hands on her, that he was possibly harming the baby, Her mother came out and was going in on him and his brother. Not to mention his brother's baby mama came out and said that he put hands on her as well, meaning there's like a pattern there. And we were all, if we weren't on her side before that, majority of us was on her side after that. We was riding with Keke. We've been, man, I'm trying to think when did we first learn of Keke? Was it Akila and the Bee? That's a long time to be, watching somebody, be a fan of them, and just to see how her blossom into a woman. Keke is really, like, she has a really good podcast. She's a really good host. I believe I saw her hosting, or not hosting, interviewing Kamala Harris. Like, she is she's an actress. Like, she's talented. She has a great personality. I just, you just wouldn't, and I guess you can't say what a victim would look like, or, but you just wouldn't expect somebody that has all of that going for them to stick around in a situation like this. It's beyond disappointing. It's beyond disappointing. And I get it. You have a kid with this man, and I'm sure you want your child to have a 2-parent household, but a toxic 2-parent household versus you being a single mother, especially since you have ample money to take care of that child. I don't know what to say. It's disappointing. And what's even more disappointing is the fact that she's taking pictures like this. Because once again, like what I said with Tamar, y'all would never catch me anywhere with that man, especially not posing for no family pictures. Not how your mama got online and cussed this man out. How do you come back from that? There's no awkward tension in the family. Everybody just gotta pretend like this is okay. We just gotta accept. This is the cycle of abuse. I'll take Keke several rounds before she's had enough. It'll take Keke several rounds. And yes, I do know that. I do know it takes what they say, at least 7 times on average for a woman to leave an abusive situation. So that's unfortunate. I hate that for the child the most, because the child is innocent. It seems like people aren't talking about this. Yeah, it's a delicate situation too. Like, because I don't want to get on Keke too hard, because she is being hurt in this situation as well. But it's also like, come on, you got to get away from him. You have to for your child's sake, if nothing else. Hold on real quick, y'all. Sorry, y'all, that was my mom. But I feel like it doesn't help that the only reason most of us know who he is because he's with her. They said she might be pregnant again. I really hope not. I really truly hope she's not. I truly hope she's not, because that's just gonna further solidify her with him. Despite all of her attributes, Keke seems very insecure. I wish she saw what we see. You know, and it just goes to show you that, you know, being successful and having a lot of money and you know, esteem, and you know, having this fame, just all the things that we attribute to having it all, doesn't mean anything if you have not healed the trauma, if you haven't healed, you know, the things that you've been through. And you know, in order to become a better version of yourself, you're going to be stuck in that same cycle. It's the same thing I was talking about with Tamar. Like, if Keke doesn't get it right now, she'll still be in that same cycle. Even if they break up, she'll still be in the same cycle somewhere else, unless you break it. And it's tough to watch. It's tough to see, because you really don't and I'm sure, especially for the people that are close to her and that really love her, they would just love to just shut all of that down. I'm sure her mother was excited when she finally did leave him, and probably is very like, almost had it, but went back to him, you know. And I hate to put this in there, but it does set a bad example, because you know, it's one thing for you to be back with him. It's another thing for you to take these family pictures and try to make it look cute, and try to make it look like, oh, you know, we're one big happy family now, so let's just forget his past. Because I'm sorry, stuff like that doesn't change overnight, especially if he grew up seeing it. The same thing we see with Chris Brown. And a lot of people try to act like, oh, it was just Rihanna. No, it was not. No, it was not. I'll never forget the day I read that police report of how, no, it was a restraining order that Karrueche had to get on Chris Brown. First of all, he was stalking her everywhere she went. I don't know if y'all remember those paparazzi pictures where he was following her and trying to get in the car with her. She was trying to get away from him, and she had to get a restraining order. And she said in the restraining order that he kicked her in the stomach and then threw her down some steps. So it was not just Rihanna. And then every so often we hear about him being violent in one way or another. So those kind of demons, whatever they're fighting, it's not going to end overnight. It's just not. She better not ask her fans to stand behind her if some ish comes down. Also, his brother and father are trifling to his genetic. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. If you grow up seeing it, I'm not saying you're going to automatically do it, but it's a great chance. It's psychology. Some people will stick it out just to keep a 2-parent household just because they didn't have one, or they watched their parents divorce. Aren't her parents still together? I think her parents are still together, but I see where you're coming from with that. Oh, thank you, Rose. Life with Rose. Situations like this is why sometimes friends and family don't go too hard, because when they get back together, we still on the sidelines mad. True. That's very true. And then what can you say? What can you do? Because you know she's gonna go run back and tell him everything. and try to further like isolate you from your friends and family. Yeah, I think her parents are still together, so she might want, yeah, I think that's what she wants. She wants that 2-parent household for her son, but not at this cost. Not at this cost. Mm-mm. You really, you need to be a single mother and heal. And I feel like that's what's going to be best for your child at this point, because we already see the fruit that his tree bears, and he gonna have to do some serious work before it bears anything else, even if he's on his best behavior right now. But anyways, y'all, that's pretty much all I had to talk about. I'm trying to see, is there anything else possibly I could talk? Let me see. I wrote down topics. Oh yeah, I want to talk about this. Hold on real quick. Pull up a picture real quick. I want to talk about this. So, for those who don't know, this is Halle Bailey. She was the Little Mermaid, and she was in a group with her sister Halle and Chloe. They're a big group. Then we have DDG. He's a big YouTuber. He does like vlogs and things like that. And they recently had a child together. But while Halle was pregnant, she was trying to keep that secret and keep it under wraps. And people would see her out and about and assume she was pregnant, saw glimpses of the stomach, and she would try to hide it. I'll never forget when she came online, when people said she looked pregnant because of her nose, and she was like, "I have an African American nose. How dare you?" Meanwhile, fully pregnant, right? Then obviously they put out the baby. I don't think they ever showed the baby's face in the beginning. No, they didn't show the baby's face in the beginning, but they did show, little things with the baby, and would just try to keep them hidden. And a lot of people had an issue with the fact that she hid her pregnancy. And I thought that was crazy. I'm like, first of all, technically she's a Disney princess. So maybe she wasn't trying to mess up her bag. Cause that was like that. I think the movie had already come out, but she was still kind of doing press around that time. I think she wasn't trying to mess up her bag. And two, she just wanted a peaceful pregnancy. I didn't see anything wrong with that. I don't think she owed anybody her pregnancy. I don't see anything wrong with that. And then when she came out with the baby and never showed his face, I didn't see anything wrong with that either. Like, but a lot of people are mad to this day. They mad that these people decided to keep this pregnancy and this child's face a secret, because now that they've revealed the baby, DDG is constantly posting him on his vlogs, which I feel like that's his best content, is posting him and the baby. It's cute. You could tell he's very excited to be a father. But he's constantly all on the internet to the point where he's a meme now. And the meme is funny. But every time they post a picture of him or the baby, that people are in the comments, somebody is gonna be in the comments bitter, talking about, well, they hid the pregnancy, they hid his face, now he all over the place. And why are you mad about that? Why do you feel entitled to see somebody's child so bad? Now, the gaslighting, to a certain extent, I can understand. Like, you did lie, or you did pretend like you weren't pregnant or whatever, but Y'all should be over that at this point. It's not that deep. My problem with a lot of audiences is that they build uh like stan culture. They really build these parasocial relationships, and to a certain extent, we're responsible too as content creators. Like, the audience can't take full blame, but you have to understand that you don't actually know these people, and even though they decide to share parts of their relationship, they don't have to share everything with you. But once again, it's the reason why I keep my personal life private, because people feel like you owe them that. People feel like you owe them uh everything that they want to see, and they don't have to show you everything. That nose comment kind of turned me off from her. Featureism is a real issue. True. She didn't have to play games like that. Didn't Brandy do that too back in the day? I don't know. If she did, I'm not aware, because I knew about Brandy, but I didn't really know too much about what she did back in the day, other than she was married. Other than she said she was married, but she really wasn't. Y'all want me to talk about Ice Spice and Cleotrapa? I really don't know much about their situation, other than Ice Spice is a jerk. She just comes off as a jerk. A lot of people say the same things about her, like she has like mean girl behavior. But I really don't know much about what's going on in that situation. Um, but I just don't understand why Ice Spice is walking around here with all the diva behavior when I don't get the hype in the first place. I just don't get it personally. Um, Colorism. Are y'all talking about Ice Spice, or what y'all talking about now? Let me remove them because I don't know who y'all talking about. I disagree. You can't have your cake and eat it too. DDG tries to use his social media clout when it comes to personal disagreements with a nail shop owner. What happened with that? I missed that. I get why people are annoyed. So I see both sides. He can be excited about being a dad, but give the baby a break and stop posting him. I can see that too. He does post him a lot. Yes, Ice Spice with Cleopatra is okay. I honestly don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Didn't she just get into it with another dark skinned girl? I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. I just really wouldn't. I don't know the ins and outs of what happened or what's going on, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. Can y'all tell me exactly like what happened? Because I don't know. That's almost out of my age range, child. Um, let me see. Oh, do y'all remember Aaliyah J? I saw people talking crazy about her on TikTok. Hold on. Let me turn the sound off, child. She was using Cleo to look like she had dark-skinned friends, plus she was biting her style. See, the thing is, Ice Spice doesn't have much substance. She just doesn't. A lot of what she has to offer is just aesthetic, and it's not original. Like, even the whole Y2K thing, nothing about that is original, and she's really not even giving Y2K. So that doesn't shock me that she was stealing, or biting off somebody else, and to a dark-skinned girl, and kind of using the dark-skinned girl to, I'm assuming that other girl that came at her, she was using this Cleopatra to kind of look like, oh, well, look, I'm not colorist. I can see it. Did you hear Love is Blind USA is back in October? Okay, no, I didn't know. Okay, we're gonna be really busy then, because so is Married at First Sight. It's okay. Cleopatra was invited to open for Ice Spice, and she treated Cleo so poorly. Just seems like Ice is a bad friend, not about color. Cleo did play herself. Oh, it's gonna be on Netflix. So they releasing Married at First Sight and Love is Blind at the same time. That's crazy. Cleo did play herself, though she did not want to see it at first. People warned her. Maybe she thought she would be the exception to the rule, child. Ready to Love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I done gave up on Ready to Love. I might watch the first episode. Just to see what they got going on. But the last, I want to say 2 or 3 seasons, but the last season specifically turned me all the way off. If Ready to Love is going to come back, I hope they took some time to really vet these people and actually get some decent contestants, because it was a train wreck last season. They need all stars Ready to Love. What city is Ready to Love? I don't know. Let me look. Oh my goodness, I just came across this post on Reddit of somebody going in. It's unprofessional to go on hiatus for months and not let viewers know when Ready to Love will return. I only watch Ready to Love on OWN. I don't see anything. I see that it was renewed. I'm trying to see what city. I don't see what city. But anyway, I don't know. That show, a lot of these shows, we need a new one. Or they need to revamp or refresh it and just give it new life, because it's really like so predictable. And just switch it up a little bit. Maybe they need to go back to the remember when they went on a resort style? Maybe they need to go back to resort style. Nephew Tommy had posted that they finished rapping not too long. Okay. So maybe they haven't announced when it's coming out just yet. And they need a new host. I'm sorry, like Tommy's cool. Or maybe they just need a new host for the reunion. But I don't like the way he hosts the reunion. I don't like how he be on the men's side, and sometimes the men be Kappas, and he'll be on the men's side just because they Kappas. And he'll get offended when somebody mention how a man is light skinned and how you can't. And he really doesn't know how to mediate conflicts. Like, he just wants to shut every hey. No, sometimes we need some questions asked. Sometimes we need to, okay, you pause and you can talk. Okay, you pause and you can talk. Like, I want him to at least work on those skills if you are going to be the host. It's probably going to be bland, but I'm going to watch. You should look up Danger. No, I saw that. I saw Danger from, first of all, Danger, where you come from? I saw that and I'm just like, the last time I saw Danger, I was feeling bad and praying for her because she was on drugs or her mental health had gotten bad and she was running out in the street and almost got hit by a car, something like that. And that's the last time I heard about her. I was like, Lord, touch her or whatever. And then the next thing I know, I see her online and she's talking about, yeah, everything that's happened to me in my life that's bad happened because I hung around Black people. If I would have never talked to another Black person in my life, I would have had a good life. And I'm just like, man, where's the accountability? And if I'm not mistaken, at least one of your parents, are they not Black? I don't want to see him unless. Oh, you talking about Tommy? I don't want to see him unless he's doing those prank calls. Married at First Sight UK is coming. Will you watch if I can get it to you? I don't want to commit, but you can send me the link, and I'll at least watch the first couple episodes. He never calls out the men, but quick to tell the ladies to be like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Mm-mm. Because the men be acting a fool. The men be acting worse than the women. And he the first to call out the women and tell them to be a lady. Uncle Tommy got to retire. Is he uncle now? I guess he's too young. Too old to be nephew. Today in the new Uganda Olympic female runner was put in fire by her boyfriend. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sad to hear that. I hate to hear that. Wow. Did anybody watch MTV Love Experiment? I did. And I was about to review it, but I don't know what happened. I just fell off from it. But I did, and it was good. I don't think I watched the end. I don't know who ended up with who, but that was a good show. A lot of people didn't watch it though. A lot of people, they should have put that on VH1. They should have put it on VH1, or they should have put it somewhere where we would have watched it, because I don't think a lot of people watch MTV like that. Because I be watching the challenge and I don't see nobody talking about that for real. So maybe they should have put that on somewhere, like on, at least get the Black women to watch. It was a good show though. It was. I wouldn't mind a season 2. Yeah, that was good. They got 3 women that were, I like the fact that they were accomplished, and they had decent jobs or whatever, but then they still had that personality where they'll get a little rowdy if they have to. I like them. And I don't know, the men, I feel like some of the men were, decent choices and others weren't. They need to bring back Hell Day and Rover. I haven't even thought about Hell Day in so long. Oh my god, that was my show. I'm I'm trying to remember that. Like, I remember they used to always play the episodes. I can't remember none of the episodes, but they used to be so funny. But they need to bring back shows like that in general. Like, bring back all the MTV shows. What was the other? You said Room Raiders. Where are the reruns? Are they on BET Plus? Because I sure do want to watch some episodes. But yeah, I liked Room Raiders. I liked what was that other date where you had to date the parents? That dating show. MTV was on one back then. They're probably on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's still on BET Plus. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. There are a lot of Black women stating that we shouldn't do any dating show that is not predominantly Black, and now the numerous shows have come and gone. I think I agree. Yeah. Wait, I don't get what you're trying to say. Yeah, I forgot about the one with the parent. I used to love that one, and it was another one. Okay, Room Raiders, and then they had to date my parents, and Kirk Franklin. Oh yeah, I did not watch that reality show. I mean, the dating show. It was on TV1, wasn't it? But it was Kirk Franklin was the host, and one man, one woman dating people, then selecting a few to move in to date some more. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't even know how it worked because I never watched the episode, but I did hear about it. Next on MTV, I don't care if it was like, thank you. I used to love Next. Like, sometimes people, all they do was take their first step coming off the bus. Next. Well, they have kind of like, took the concept of Next, and they kind of do it on The Cut now, either The Cut or one of those channels, where it's like in person Tinder or something like that, and then each person walks up in line, and you either swipe right or you swipe left, and then out of those people, it's kind of like you just dwindle down doing different activities. And girl, like, they couldn't even open that door. They couldn't even open the door. Next. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't next me. Don't next me. I could never do a show like that, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know how people get on. I don't know how people do Pop the Balloon. I don't know how people do any kind of reality TV show, because any sort of like public humiliation and rejection, especially just based off looks and stuff, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Pop Your Balloon is especially bad because it's multiple rejections as soon as you pop. And then somebody on TikTok said that Arlette, she be doing Pop the Balloon, but she's happily married, be doing TikTok dances with her husband. And she diabolical, asking all these questions. So what about him are you not attracted to? Messy. I wouldn't even finish tape. Okay, they'll be like, hey, where's the blonde hair girl go? I can't do this. I love when people on the next bus will be cutting it. Yeah, that would be the best part a lot of times, because some people would get into it on the bus. Man, these kids just don't know. She stir all that mess up and go home and make TikToks with her man. That's what I'm saying. Like, she stir up all this mess All this turmoil, the gender wars all online. People in the comments just arguing with each other. Meanwhile, she got her feet kicked up, snuggled up with her man, collecting checks because, baby, she be getting million views every video at the bare minimum. At the bare minimum. Did anyone watch Scare Tactics with Tracy Morgan? No, I've never seen that. But I don't know why that just made Fear Factor pop up in my head. Is Fear Factor still on? I used to love to watch Fear Factor. I could never do it, but a part of me feels like the challenge probably took a little bit from Fear Factor because they have people eat weird stuff sometimes too and do all these crazy things like jumping out of helicopters and falling from 50 feet. But child, Joe Rogan has come a long way. Oh yeah, I forgot Joe Rogan was the host of that show. He probably still ain't doing that because he has his own like really successful podcast. Ludacris was a host. Okay. Yeah, I do remember that. I will never forgive Fear Factor for introducing us to Joe Rogan. I used to love him on that show. Times change. People show their true colors. And when you're a host, you really don't give your opinion. You have to be neutral. So you don't really know, you can't really get to know a host of a show because it's like, they can't say one way or the other. But on a podcast, these men get a microphone in front of their mouth and let it all hang out. All of it. Side note to last live, we don't want to see Married at First Sight new season. Don't come on TV to get married and refuse to engage because you're a private person. Thank you. We don't need no private people. What's the point of coming on reality TV if you're private? Colorism wars in the comments. You talking about on Popular Balloon? Joe Rogan was always giving the attitude. Don't Judge Me 2000 Fear Factor edition of Joe Rogan was kind of, I know you ain't trying to say Joe Rogan was fine. Alexis, I mean. See, this is why I can't take your critiques on looks seriously. Because if you'll say Joe, I don't even care if you're talking about old Joe Rogan, new Joe Rogan. Absolutely not. Joe Rogan was an actor before Fear Factor. Okay, there's plenty of actors that are not attractive though. Plenty. And then you have the nerve to say Morris Chestnut is one. Get out of here. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to end the live here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joe Rogan looks like a big toe. Let's not. Don't start no more. Yeah, please. Please don't start no more chestnut slander. I gotta watch. I miss Big Brother. I gotta watch Big Brother and see what went down. I watch other reality shows, y'all, but I might start doing like little shorts talking about the other stuff I watch. Whenever Married at First Sight comes back, I'm gonna give that a chance up until the honeymoon. Somebody said Love is Blind coming back, so I will be reviewing that as well. And yeah, whatever random videos I put out, just make sure you have on your post notifications turned on. Also, check out my website, Libido Rosa Style. Check out my earrings. They are handmade by me. I have a bunch of different styles on there, and these same earrings, I have them in pink. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for y'all tonight. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. Have a good night.